Meeting now into order. It is, can you hear me? There we go. And my clock is gone. It is 6:02. Would everybody please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? Today's Pledge of Allegiance will be led by Ariana Kennedy, fourth grader from Chester, Jordan.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, ma'am. Let's go down to item number 3, superintendent comments.
Yes, President Gandara and members of the board, I would like to start off by commending our students from El Dorado High School, Socorro High School, and also Eastlake High School, who recently competed in a UIL mariachi competition in San Antonio, and all of them represented our school district with off-the-charts talent, and let me tell you, poise as well. So on behalf of Team SISD, I want to congratulate our mariachi students for their outstanding performance. Eastlake and Socorro High School earned a Division II rating, while El Dorado High School earned the highest rating, of which was a Superior 1. So we are very, very proud of all of our mariachis here in SISD. So let's give them a round of applause. Congratulations. This week, we have our students taking their STAR and their EOC exams, so I'd like to thank all of our teachers for making a huge difference in our students' lives and preparing them for college and beyond. You know, our teachers, as you know, have a big impact on our students' success, and their hard work is greatly appreciated. I also want to recognize our campus and district leaders and all of our 6,000 plus employees, as well as our board members, for supporting our teachers and our staff. So I know we have a lot of principals in the room and assistant principals, so thank you so much, principals, assistant principals, and all employees here in SISD. Let's give them a round of applause as well, employees. It truly is a team effort here in Socorro ISD. And today, we are joined by our new principal at O'Shea Kelleher Elementary, and I'd like to congratulate and welcome Miss Josie Bettis. Miss Bettis, please stand and be recognized. Miss Bettis will have a tremendous impact and positive impact on our O'Shea students and community, so congratulations, Miss Bettis. Also, good luck to Montwood High School soccer boys team, and also the Socorro Bulldogs soccer boys team, who will be playing Friday. They advanced in area soccer. They'll be playing Friday. Socorro will play Arlington Sam Houston, and Montwood will play Arlington Bowie. So good luck to both varsity soccer team from SISD. Also, our 35th annual health fair at Socorro High School is on Saturday, April 8th. And our Butler Spring Games at the SAC, which is always a heartwarming event, is on Wednesday, April 12th. And that concludes my comments, President Gandara.
Thank you, Doctor. Let's go down to item number 4, board honors. Daniel Escobar.
Good evening, President Gandara, members of the board, and Superintendent Dr. Espinosa. My name is Daniel Escobar, Chief Communications Officer for the district, and it is my pleasure to introduce tonight's honorees. If you'll please step down to receive the students being recognized. The first recognition will honor SISD students for advancing to state in the 2017 Visual Arts Scholastic Event Competition. VACE recognizes exemplary student achievement in the visual arts by providing a standard of excellent programs. The artist qualified by receiving superior ratings at the regional competition and will represent Team SISD at the state VACE event in April, which will be held in San Antonio. Congratulations to these SISD award-winning artists. From America's High School, Dustin Loida. Helen Nakira. Eileen Gonzalez. Their teacher is Leticia Luevanos. From El Dorado High School, Michelle Hernandez. Her teacher is Ms. Virginia Castañeda. From El Dorado as well, Leslie Alcala. Leslie won in 2 categories under the direction of Ms. Castañeda as well as Ms. Vega, Allison Vega. From Eastlake High School, Genesis Robles. Andres Torres. And their teacher is Claudia Castañeda. If we can have you all return to the front for a photo. Yes. And just a quick note as they're gathering for this group photo that the pictures taken by our district photographer, Mr. Largo, will be posted on the district website. There is a camera icon on the bottom right-hand corner, which takes you to our SmugBug account. And there, all the photos are available for free high-resolution download. Congratulations once again. Next, we will recognize 4 Team SISD students for placing at the 2017 citywide Black History Art Contest, which honors African American heroes, military, law enforcement, and first responders. The SISD student artwork was of the highest quality and selected out of more than 150 entries received from the El Paso area. Congratulations to these students. They will be accompanied by their instructors. From Puentes Middle, Jeremiah Landeros. His teacher is Abel Mendoza. From Enzer Middle, Elijah Batista. His teacher is Melissa Arellano. From El Dorado High School, and here to accept for Alejandra Flores is teacher Virginia Castañeda. From Eastlake High School, Kristen Thompson. And her teacher, Claudia Castañeda. If we can have the students and teachers please return to the front for a photo. Congratulations. Next, we will recognize 3 students from America's High School for winning the first ever El Paso Women's Bar Association essay contest. The Trailblazers excelled in their writing, earning the top 3 awards in the entire competition. Congratulations to these students. They are Kate Gervin, Juan Martinez, Angelina Ramirez, and their teacher, Eduardo Hinojos. If we could have you come up front again. Congratulations once again. Taking command. Up next, we honor students from Salvador Sanchez Middle School for winning the district's 3rd annual Robocom competition. The Warriors were among 56 elementary and middle school teams that participate and showcase their science and technology skills, taking top honors with their uniquely built robots. They won the Sweepstakes Inspire Award. Congratulations to these awesome science and technology students. They are Ruben Garcia, Natalie Borrego, Evan Castañeda, Isaac Gama, Joseph Guerra, Paul Guerra, Lucia Soto, Jaime Minjares, Isaac Ortiz, Raymond Nava, and their coaches are Victor Hernandez and Ruth Melendez. All right, congratulations once again. Next, we recognize Team SISD elementary students who showcased outstanding math skills at the district-wide 2nd annual Math Bee competition. More than 160 elementary students from kindergarten to fifth grade participated in the unique event, answering 5 rounds of rigorous number problems to beat their opponents and be crowned the Math Bee winners. Congratulations to this year's winners. From Dr. Sue Shook, the kindergarten winner is Liam Murphy. Coach is Maureen Porth. First grade winner from Benito Martinez, Aiden Martinez. The teacher is Cristina Silerio. Our third grade winner is from Purple Heart, Jason Chang. And our fifth grade winner from Mission Ridge is Gael Barragan. His coach is Lisa Herrera. In addition, we also honor the Paso del Norte team for winning the contest sweepstakes, the highest award that can be earned in the competition. As a team, they did an exceptional job implementing their mathematical skills throughout the competition. The team also had 2 students win individual awards. They are first grade, Barrett Zhang. Their kindergartner competitor, Mia Aleman. Second grade overall champion, Jacob Torres. The fourth grade champion, Alex Ortiz. And their coach is Pamela De La Torre. Students, teachers, if we can have you to the front for a photo, please. Keep smiling, keep smiling. Thank you, beautiful. Thank you. Hold on. All right, now we're good. Congratulations once again. Okay. Next, we recognize the winner of the district's second annual Battle of the Bluebonnets reading competition. Escontrias Elementary School was the defending champion, and this year the Bullpups demonstrated exceptional reading comprehension talents once again to take the title for the second year in a row. Congratulations to our Battle of the Bluebonnets winners. They are Mia Herrera, Mercedes Lopez, Matias Lopez, Rosemary Zuniga, Samira Avila, and Mercedes Hasso.
Catherine Robinson, the teacher.
You don't have a thing?
I don't have a highlighter now. Her.
If we can have you all please return to the front for a photo. All right, center message. Our next recognition will honor Team SISD Destination Imagination teams that advanced to the state contest. Destination Imagination is an educational program that challenges students' creative problem-solving skills and higher-level thinking. The teams will be recognized by school level. So that all names are heard, we ask that the audience please hold your applause until all teams in each level have been introduced. The Destination Imagination winning teams in the elementary division are from Helen Ball Elementary, Christian Favela. Again, we ask the audience to please hold your applause as we read all of our champion names. Sofia Torres, Natalia Fernandez, Silvia Andrea Valdez, Jake Cervantes, Lauren Villegas, Leilani Rosales. From Horizon Heights Elementary, Caleb Berumen, Rebecca Duran, Shreya Kulkami, Nave Matsuda, Olivia McRae, Andrea Morales, Elijah Ramirez. Their sponsor is Linda Hitter. From Ituarte Elementary, Mina Dang, Kayvon Clemens, Jacqueline Smith, Samantha Villarreal, Mirabel Estrada, Marissa McLean. The sponsor is Miguel Romero. From Butler Elementary, Danae Madrid, Mariana Ordonez, Abby Ship, Aurora Galindo, Sydney Santiago, Giovanni Saavedra, Tiffany Guzman. Their sponsor is Maria Galindo. From Escontrias Elementary, Samira Isabel Avila, Mercedes Lopez, Matias Lopez, Rosemary Zuniga, Jonas Zamora, Alvaro Avila, and their sponsor, once again, Mercedes Hasso. Let's have one loud round of applause for all of our elementary winners. Students, teachers, if you'll please make your way to the front for a photo. All right, everybody just look straight ahead and smile really big. Keep smiling, keep smiling, keep smiling. All right, now let's go. Congratulations once again. We will continue with our middle school winners. From Enzer Middle School, Alejandra Alvarado, Tyler Burnett, Ashley Espinosa, Samuel Fioro, thank you, Fierro, Aiden Hernandez, Riley Miner, Ryan Miner. The sponsor is Cynthia Yu and Yolanda Lascano. Also from Enzer Middle, Jacqueline Guerra, Gabriel Ledesma, Victoria Beltran, Andrea Veliz, Cassidy Gaitan, Daisy Villalobos, Jeremy Guerra. Sponsors are Rachel Guerra and Norma Reyes. From Slider Middle, Nayeli Casas, Eliana Herrera, Hannah Kern, Nicole Rohrer, Rebecca Cotter, Miriam Solano, Mara Medina. The sponsor is Sonja Kern. From Hernando Middle School, Sydney Herales, Jose Angel Rivas, Miranda Hasso, and sponsor is Sergio Lopez. From Hambrick School, Daniel Maxwell, Charles Barnes, Janae Maxwell, and Patricia Caldera. From Clark Middle School, the sponsor is Cynthia Trevino. From Clark Middle School, Anna Haney, Serena Sanchez, Emily Hernandez, Raquel Tena, and their sponsor is Catherine Robinson. Now we can please have one loud round of applause for all of our middle school winners. If we can have you all please return to the front for a photo. Keep smiling, keep smiling. I think we got it. Almost there, almost there. All right, congratulations once again. Okay, we're going to go ahead and continue now with our high school winners. Beginning first with America's High School, Alondra Mendoza, Erin Moreno, Sofia Cervantes, Sofia Bralick, Angelina Ramirez, Cesar Caballero. From El Dorado High School, Brianna Romero, Miguel Montes, Flor Rodriguez, Antonio Castroita as their sponsor. From Mission Early College High School, Tracy Hun, Stacy Hun, Denise Castillo, Brandon Myers, Hanya Mendoza, and their sponsors are Helen Geller and Sandra Blau. If we can please have one loud round of applause for our high school division winners. If we can please have all of our high school winners and their sponsored teachers return to the front for a photo. Almost there. Congratulations once again. Maybe this group, you go ahead and just put them back. Maybe this group, you just let them stand in the back. The next honor will recognize America's High School Boys Varsity Basketball Team for winning the 2016-17 1-6A district title and by-district and area championships. Absolutely. A round of applause for the Trailblazers. The Trailblazers had an impressive season, ending with an overall record of 33-3 and a district record of 13 wins, only one loss. Members of the audience, again, we ask that you please hold your applause until we've introduced the entire team. The championship Trailblazers are Chris Vargas, Eric Hernandez, Tyler Wilson, Sebastian Andrade, Joseph De Anda, Edward Carlos, Jamar Gregg, Adi Damola Akamolafe, Angel Gutierrez, Carlos Santoyo, Richard Albert. Assistant coach is Matt Larson, and they are led by head coach Mike Brooks. Congratulations to the Trailblazers. Yeah, we can see everybody? You see? Yes. Perfect. Should we bring one down? There you go. Keep looking straight. Keep looking straight. Did we get them all? Congratulations once again. Was there one more? We'll get it to him. Next, we honor Team SISD high school wrestlers for earning a ticket to state after showcasing nothing but tremendous ability and skill on the mat this season. The students represented their school and district well, earning various accolades such as academic scholarships to various colleges and universities, as well as the El Dorado girls team finishing 4th in the state of Texas, and one wrestler from Team SISD won a 6A state championship. These amazing athletes and championship wrestlers are from El Dorado High School, Shania Melendez, Julia Mata, Isabel Casillas, Andrea Flores, Jose Acevedo, Dominique Melendez, also from El Dorado. Coach from El Dorado, Angel Ochoa. From Montwood High School, we have Terius Henry, Esther Walker. Their coach is Oscar Norris. From Eastlake High School, Renee Fierro. Valeria Cruz. The coach is Ara Colbert. From Socorro High School, Rebecca Martinez. Coach is Angelina Baltazar. From Pebble Hills High School, Zach Gomez. Coach is Christopher Cortez. And our state championship wrestler was unable to join us this evening. However, receiving on her behalf is Coach Ken Jury, and our state championship was Adrian Garcia. Absolutely. Congratulations once again. And this concludes our recognitions for this evening. Thank you. Yes, sir.
I'm up for graduation.
Board of Trustees business. So we're
You want to
gonna
do it first?
that
Okay.
Do these two first. Proclamations, they're proclamations, and they're
Take plenty, yeah.
We're going to do our board of trustees business first, and then we'll
Proclamations.
the proclamations, and then we'll jump into them. Michael.
A lot of them today, huh?
Yeah, you're right.
Proclamations.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Really?
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's move on to Board of Trustees business. Item 5A, consider approval of proclamation for Month of the Military Child. Ms. Macias.
Thank you.
Mrs.
President
Macias, I
Gondara,
apologize.
Dr. Espinosa, members of the board, today I have Ariana Kennedy, a fourth grade student from Chestery, Jordan, here to read the proclamation for us.
Good evening. Proclamation. Month of the Military Child and April 21st, 2017 as Purple Up for Military Kids Day. Whereas Socorro Independent School District recognizes the selfless acts of the service performed by its brave members of the military and their devoted families. And whereas military families continue to face the unique burden of the military deployment, often causing uncertainty and constant upending of their daily lives and routines. And whereas military families themselves, known of their sacrifices borne by the military children, but their important contributions can often go unnoticed by the general public. And whereas Socorro Independent School District is home to more than 3,000 military children who have at least one parent serving in the military. And whereas military children are a source of pride and honor, and that we recognize the often unsung sacrifices made by them and commend them for their support and dedication to their families in service to the protection and advancement of citizens' rights and freedoms. And whereas the month of April has been celebrated as the month of the military child since 1986, recognizing the importance of military children and expressing gratitude for their sacrifice. And whereas a month-long salute to military children will encourage local communities to provide direct support to military children and families. Therefore, we, Dr. Jose Espinoza, Superintendent of the Socorro Independent School District, and the Board of Trustees of the Socorro Independent School District, do hereby proclaim April 2017 as Month of the Military Child and April 21st, 2017 as Purple Up for Military Kids Day in recognition of our military children. We urge all citizens to join the special observance by wearing purple on this day and urge all to observe Month of the Military Child by connecting with military youth, military families, and communities to provide support to all military children.
I would like to ask for your approval as it was beautifully read by Ms. Ariana Kennedy.
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion made by Mrs. Rodriguez, seconded by Mr. Gonzalez. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Great job.
Let's move down to agenda item 5B, consider approval of proclamation for School Library Month. Mrs. Sparks.
Good evening. My name is Marcy Sparks. I'm the Library Services Coordinator, and today I'm honored to be here with some outstanding students. From Escondrias, we have Mercedes Lopez, Matias Lopez, Rosemary Zuniga, Samira Avila, and Mia Herrera, who may seem familiar because they were also our Bluebonnet winners, and also Melanie Massif, and they are here to present the proclamation.
Distinguished board members, Dr. Espinosa, ladies and gentlemen, I am proud to introduce the following school board proclamation declaring April 2017 as School Library Month.
Whereas the school library program is to ensure that students and staff are effective users of ideas and information, and whereas the school librarian's role is to provide the leadership and expertise necessary to ensure that the library program is an integral part or the instructional program of the school, and
Whereas the Board of Education has entrusted the school librarian in each school to teach the skills of locating and using information, though traditional resources and new technologies to provide literature and activities to guide and encourage content and recreational reading to every student, and whereas lifelong learning begins and is systematically developed through the school library curriculum of the elementary and secondary schools, and whereas the school library program contributes to individual growth and development of all students while fostering both excellence and equity in education, and whereas the school librarians of Socorro Independent School District have dedicated themselves to work for quality library programs for all students. Now, therefore, be it resolved, the Board of the Education does hereby proclaim April 2017 as the School Library Month in all of their public schools and calls upon all school administrators, teachers, and students in the community of Socorro Independent School District to recognize and support this action and to participate throughout the month of April in the celebration of School Library Month. Thank you.
Thank you. And I just want to quickly recognize the librarians who came out today to help support us. So if you'll please stand up to the librarians that are here today. And this part I haven't done before, so do I have to ask for a motion? What do I say? Would you please approve the motion as presented?
Approve. Second.
We have a motion made by Mr. Nakata, second by Mr. Guerra. Any further discussion?
Yes, President Gandara, what grade are the students in? Fifth, fourth?
Third, fourth, and fifth.
Third, fourth, and fifth. So if you're a fourth grader and a fifth grader, make sure you go to bed early tonight. Because you got your STAR test tomorrow, all right?
That's right.
Great job, great job.
Thank
All
you
those
very
in
much.
favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Great job.
We're going to move down to item number 6, open forum. We do have one individual that did sign for open forum, Ms. Veronica Hernandez. Oh, I apologize. Mr. Hernandez, I got to read this. I apologize. We greatly appreciate those individuals who have requested to speak to the board during open forum or in regards to a specific agenda item. We are bound by certain time constraints in order to cover all the items on the agenda, and therefore must limit presentations to 5 minutes. Please respect the rights of others in your presentation. By law, the board cannot take action upon discuss any item which is not posted on tonight's agenda, but will give all presentations our serious consideration. Thank you. Sorry about that, Mrs. Hernandez.
It's okay, no problem.
I apologize.
Thank you. Thank you. Good evening, President Gandara, Dr. Espinosa, and school board members. My name is Veronica Hernandez, and I'm speaking to you as president of the Socorro American Federation of Teachers. On behalf of our Socorro AFT members and myself, I want to express our immense gratitude on your support and cooperation on a very successful Texas AFT Lobby Day. On March 12, 2017, 46 Socorro AFT members and Socorro ISD employees got on a Socorro ISD charter bus and embarked on a journey to gather at the state capitol to lobby on issues such as community schools, fully funding public education, affordable health care, and ending misuse of testing. We had nearly 2,000 members, leaders, and activists at the Capitol lobbying our legislators. We made our voices heard and protested the ongoing national attacks driven by billionaires and millionaires with a clear agenda to underfund, declare failure, and privatize our schools. We asked for the funding to be restored back to pre-session levels of 2003, when schools averaged $300 per pupil, more updated funding formulas that shortchange economically disadvantaged students, to block private school vouchers and so-called educational savings accounts, that would drain dollars desperately needed by our public schools and funnel it to unaccountable private operators. We lobbied on defending state education safeguards like class size limits, blocking bad ideas like A through F school ratings, blocking expansion of corporate charter chains, and push for pre-K for all, expanded ELL instruction, higher standards for teacher certification, tuition scholarships for educational aids on becoming teachers, et cetera, et cetera. The day afterward showed that our impact was felt. We have hopes that our lobbying efforts and solidarity will motivate our legislators to do the right thing for our students and for public education. Again, thank you for standing with us on this fight.
Thank you, Ms. Hernandez. If there's any objections, we are going to move item 9G up because we do have 2 speakers on the agenda. Is there any objections? We have Mr. Trujillo. Mr. Trujillo, Eugene Trujillo.
Good afternoon to you all, members of the Socorro Independent School District Board of Trustees. I speak on behalf today of the veterans of Socorro Memorial, and we're asking you if you could take action and consideration on this item. It is so sad that Socorro is the oldest community in the United States, and it doesn't have a memorial for its veterans and its fallen soldiers. You can go across this country, all across this nation, and all of them have a memorial for the exception of Socorro. Each time that I speak, it gets a little hard for me. I want to make sure that all the names of these soldiers that are not present today, their name goes on that memorial. I'm speaking today on behalf of my youngest warrior, which I lost this past year. After serving his country with honors, Special Forces, paratrooper, he came home and I lost him. Just these past 2 weeks, we lost our oldest Korean War veteran, not only a Korean War veteran, but a POW. And I was able to speak to him before his time came, and he asked me, is my name going to be in that memorial? And I told him, I will make sure of that. Today, on behalf of the veterans that are not present, who are not able to speak, and for those who are present here today, we're asking the Socorro Independent School District Board of Trustees to take action and consideration on this property. We thank you for giving us the opportunity to speak today.
Thank you, Mr. Trujillo. Next, we have Jesse Montelongo and David Lopez? Daniel Lopez. Okay.
On behalf of the Socorro Veterans Memorial, I'm here to speak to you as far as what we've done. We're working with Congressman Bill Hurd. He and Katrina Rivera, his spokeswoman. She is helping us, and so is he, with once the architect turns in all the planning and we get approval and we get some land, then that's where Mr. Hurd's going to come in and help us. We're looking at at least a $100,000 project, and we want to leave something behind, just like the gentleman, Mr. Trujillo, just said, for all the veterans from the Civil War till now. All the ones that have died and all the ones that are alive will be on that wall. San Elizario, Clint, everybody has a memorial but us. And I think that you all are a big, big key in that. That's why we chose to come to help to you instead of the city, because we want the school board to help us. And I know that we try to try to get a land donation, but we'd be grateful for a lease, $1 a year, 100 years, whatever it takes. But we want to leave something behind for the kids. So just like the little girl just spoke about military families and veterans, that touched me. And for a kid that young to say something like that, it really touched me. It brought everything home. And we need your support. All the other veterans are over there. Some of them aren't here right now. Can you all please raise your hands? They're all here in support. And some of them couldn't be here right now because they just can't get around as well as we do. But we need your all support. And we really love Socorro. And we're not going nowhere. And we want to leave something back for Socorro, something to be proud of, guys. This is a good thing. Please take that into consideration. I'd like you to speak to the architect. This is Daniel Lopez.
Good evening, board members, and, Mr. President and Superintendent. We did work on a preliminary plan on the proposed sites. I don't know if you have that already. I know Mr. Guerra was there at our previous meeting with the veterans, and so he has some idea. We did revise it, scaled it, just based on the two sites that the district owns. So anyway, if you have any questions on that site, I'd be glad to answer them when the time comes. But right now it's preliminary, but the idea is that we do want to have a wall to inscribe the veterans' names, and past and present and future, and with just a nice area for the community too, and some parking, but that's so if you all need that information, you can let me know. And again, please consider this. I live in Socorro, and I love it there. It's a great town, and I think something like this brings out our history, because like Mr. Trujillo said, that it's, if not the oldest community, it's one of the oldest communities, and I think it's time we recognize that. This is one step in that direction. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Ms. Rodriguez?
And I guess this question would be for Mr. Iington. I'm looking at the map, and I know the area, but I'm just drawing a blank. Where more or less, and like I said, I know the area, I just can't picture it.
Let me see, it's in the presentation.
Yes, and I see that it would be Socorro Road in Buford. I forgot what's on Buford, so I can't picture the.
Yeah.
The cemetery, by the cemetery.
Okay.
Yeah, by the Shamrock Station, the cemetery.
It's the building that we demolished, right?
Okay.
They just have to find.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, got it. All right.
Page 189.
I just couldn't picture what it was.
98?
I was confused too.
Okay.
Can you see what's on the monitor now?
No, not yet.
No, it's not
Okay.
up on our monitor yet.
Can you put it on their monitors?
And I apologize, I just could not picture
Right,
that
right,
area.
right.
I mean, I have the map, but I was just like, okay, what's there? Or what was there?
Can you see it on the monitor,
Not
the
yet.
Not yet.
area?
We messed him up by changing the order.
Yeah, you did.
There it is.
Got it.
Okay, you can see the line on my right-hand side, the gray, that's Socorro Road.
Okay.
And then there's two sites, the more rectangular site down at the lower of the picture that's on the screen. And I'll flip real quick to the little sketch, the preliminary sketch that the architect has come up with shows that site. It was the one, if you recall, about a year or so ago, we asked to tear down some old buildings that were once there I think the address is 10200 Socorro Road. So it's essentially it's a vacant lot right now because we've torn down that old municipal building, the old fire station, and we've just, and that's been about almost a year ago. So this is the site the committee or the organization has approached us on.
Okay. One of them or both?
Mr. Gandara?
Mr. Nakira.
I have some real estate questions. Considering that they're real estate, do we need to go to executive session or?
I would assume so. Do I have to read it out loud or just read the whole?
Steve Blanco, legal counsel for the district. If you want to discuss options for lease, sale, exchange, we can do that in executive session under section 551.072 for this agenda item.
So just read that part?
My announcement's good enough for us to go
Okay.
into executive session?
We're going to adjourn to executive session at 7:10.
I have my paper in the back. Go ahead, I'm gonna read it.
Do I have to wait, Cindy, or no? We're back out of a executive session. It is 7:18. Oh, there it is. Thank you, Claudia.
Thank you, Board President Gondara, Dr. Espinosa, members of the board. We had a brief discussion in closed session. I gave you options to consider. It's my understanding one of those options would be that you authorize the administration and legal counsel to review options for a long-term lease for the Veterans Memorial and to come back to the board with that option.
Motion to proceed?
Second.
Motion has been made by Mr. Nakira, seconded by Mr. Gonzalez. Any further discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Against? Motion carries.
President Gondara, if I may?
No.
President Gondara.
Yes?
If I may, thank
Mrs.
you all.
Rodriguez?
Thank you all so much for your service. We really appreciate everything you do for our country. Thank you again for your service.
Thank you, sir.
We're all warriors here. We're all warriors.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Let's go down. Thank you. Let's go down to item number 7, district reports. Facilities report, Mr. Ianton.
Good evening, President Gonda, Dr. Espinosa, member of the board. If you turn to page 15 of your booklet, this begins my facility report. The report was reviewed during our facility committee meeting that was held on March the 6th. The first project would be the aquatic center. This project is coming along. We've been, the last few weeks, we finished up the exterior pool and have been working on the interior pool, doing the replastering of the competition pool and the spa and the other little, the pool inside, along with doing some repairs to various valves and stuff that are associated with the pool. We also, another agenda item later on we'll discuss has to do with some additional work that is required for the aquatics pool, and that's under the general items and stuff. But it's basically, you can see in this picture, if you can tell, there is a lot of rust and corrosion going on in the stairwells and stuff, and this is what we're showing you here. In the next couple of slides, you can see the over the last 20 years, it has some damage to the structure and stuff, and we'll address that, as I stated, in another item. But you can see that the competition pool on the lower picture, you can see them installing the new plaster, and then the adjacent pool, you can see that they're already actually filled it up with water, and we are working on getting the circulation going and getting it chemically balanced and stuff. So the interior pool is essentially complete along with the exterior pool. The next project is Socorro High School HVAC upgrade. We are continuing to work with the engineer on this project, and we'll be putting it out for proposals here probably in the next 30, 45 days. But this project, as I stated before, is the air conditioning on the administration area, the library, and the corridors around those facilities. The new elementary school, that is a part of the savings from the 2011 bond program. We are working with the architect. The CM is on board. They are starting to do some preliminary estimating based on our schematic design and stuff. We are still working on real estate acquisition. Hopefully next month we'll be able to bring something to the board that we can discuss in executive session. But this project I have got, I believe, this is kind of the rendering of what it could look like. This new school is a prototypical design based on Purple Heart, so you can see some of the similarities here. And then once we get to the floor plan, you can see that the floor plan is, this is the first floor. The classrooms are the kind of the light blue on the right-hand side, which is 2 stories. The second storage is there, and it has the pod areas that Purple Heart has. Our next project is the Afita Chavez and Montwood Middle School outside air unit upgrade. We started this project just a couple of days ago, and you can see that we have cranes out on the site, and we've been working on it the last 2 days of intercession and through the weekend, and doing some demolition work. So this project is moving along as scheduled. Myrtle Cooper, Robert Rojas Kitchen. This is a project that is on consent agenda for the approval of the contractor, the general contractor. This project will be started as soon as we get board approval. It is to improve the both of those kitchen facilities, open it up, make it more an open concept, and add additional serving lines to create a little bit more efficient area in those two kitchens. And that completes my report. I'll answer any questions.
Any questions?
No, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Ains.
Thank you.
Let's go down to item 7B, grant reports. Mr. Nell.
Good evening, President Condita, Dr. Espinosa, and members of the board. Our grants update tonight are 3 DODEA grants. We just completed our external evaluator visit, and per our finance committee meeting last night, I was requested to provide a write-up from the visit, a site write-up from our external evaluator. So I have requested that from him, and so I will make that available to you as soon as he sends it to me, as well as the annual reports that he provides on those grants, so you can have an update on what's going on for progress if you're interested. And also, during intercession on Project SMART, they ran a robotics camp that he was here to see during that, so it was a very good meeting. Also, our Army Youth Program is continuing to increase our after-school attendance, which looks like that funding is going to continue. We have a meeting coming up soon about that, but it does appear our funding is going to be continued and possibly increased. For our Kellogg grant, we are currently researching second grade digital curriculum, similar to the Thrive that's in the older grades. And on Impact Aid, as soon as we finish one evaluation or audit, we're getting another one. I got a call that they are coming June 12th through 15th. I hear from EPISD that it is very intensive, so we are going to prepare in depth for that. They've given us a list of things we have to do to prepare for that audit, which we will. Applications submitted this past month have been the STEM Equity Community Innovation Grant. It's the second robotics grant that we wrote over the last couple months to fund increase funding for our robotics programs, and also the Truancy Prevention and Intervention Program grant, which requested the 2 new case managers, juvenile case managers. Grants awaiting notification. I don't believe we've heard from any of ours. Some of them are going to be several months out before we hear. They just haven't released the information yet. Applications in progress, J.J. Watt. We're looking at 3 schools in the Lower Valley that we're going to look at for after-school athletics programs. That's to support athletic gear for our middle schools. They just announced a new DODEA grant for $1.5 million for FY 2017, and we will be applying for that again. We had a webinar today on that. And also the Creed Win Academy, the Council on Regional Economic Expansion and Educational Development that just gave the funding for the dual credit teachers. We're asking them for funding for WIN as well. And I just spoke with them actually today as well, and that looks good as well. And that completes. Are there any questions?
Any questions for Mr. Neal?
Just a comment, Mr. Arnell, I just want to say thank you. You know, every opportunity to apply and be awarded a grant certainly expands our ability to serve our students. It allows us to do things that we usually wouldn't be able to do, right, because of a lack of funding. So I know that the return from the district for your efforts is it far exceeds, you know, the investment. So I know it's a lot of work. I know you get a lot of questions too. So I certainly appreciate your efforts. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Arnell. I got a real quick. Anybody else? Got a real quick question for Dr. Espinosa. Dr. Espinosa, by any chance, did you see any Cowboys on that list giving any of their money?
I sure didn't. Just J.J. Watt from the Houston Texans.
Any more questions? Any more questions?
No.
Let's go down to technology update. Mr. Rienda.
Good evening, President Candela, Dr. Espinosa, members of the board. It was Dr. Espinosa's vision 4 years ago that we outfit our campuses with some security, some type of security at each campus. Today's update will be on the cameras. When we started 4 years ago, we didn't have not too many cameras at the campuses, and our goal is to make sure that all the campuses have equity across. So we target the campuses. We want to make sure that we place the cameras where they're needed in hotspot areas, and we want to make sure that our administrators have access to the cameras. When we do the walkthroughs, we make sure that the principal is there, police is there, and us and there, and Mr. Ianton is the final say-so on where the cameras is placed. We do the walkthrough after that with a vendor to make sure that we order the right equipment. We do the purchase order, and then we schedule the installation of the equipment. There's the 2 types of cameras that we've been using. The indoor dome is for the indoor. The day and night cameras for the outside. They go from 180 to 360 degrees. And the pan, the tilt, and the zoom, as they told me today. They also work. The infrared and the motion detection. So when people go in front of the camera, it starts recording. We targeted the high schools. This is going to be the final year that we target the campuses. We did allot us $500,000 this fiscal year. It's going to be completed by June. The high schools have 25 cameras, at least 25 cameras. The middle schools and the elementaries have 15. These are the campuses that are completed. We targeted all the high schools first because they require the most effort. These are the campuses that currently are in progress, and they should be done within a month. And after that, there will be the remaining campuses, and we hope to finish by June the 30th to make sure that this project is completed. Again, it'll stop for 1 year, and then we'll look at it the following year. Any questions?
Any questions?
Mr. Gandara.
Mr. Nakira?
Mr. Reyna, so the new proposed campus, are we including at least the minimum of 15 cameras in the design of the new campus, the new elementary?
Yes, we do. We usually put more than the allotted, but we're going to start with 15 in this case for the elementary.
Okay.
There is a budget included.
Thank you. No more?
Any more questions? Thank you, Mr. Reyna.
Thank you, sir.
Let's go down to item 8, consent agenda. Any items to be pulled? Need a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
A motion has been made by Mr. Ayub and seconded by Mrs. Nakira. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Let's go down to new business. 9A, consider approval of administrators, certified and non-certified contracts. Mr. Campoya.
Good evening, President Gandara, Dr. Espinosa, members of the board. It is with great pleasure that I present to you the list of administrators that will be receiving a 2017-2018 employment contract. On separate cover, you should have received the list of certified probationary administrators, certified term contract administrators, and non-certified administrators. The list has been reviewed and verified by the Department of Human Resources, and at this time, we are recommending, or administration is recommending your approval of the list of employees that will receive a 2017-2018 employment contract.
Motion to approve. Second.
I'm going to go with Mr. Nakira on this one. Motion has been made by Mr. Nakira, seconded by Mr.
Guerra.
Mr. Guerra. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Item 9B, consider approval of TASB Update 107 and local policy. Mrs. Macias.
Thank you. President Gana, Dr. Espinosa, members of the board, administration recommends consideration and approval of revisions to the following policies from TASB Update 107, Policy FEA, and local policies FDB, EI, and EF as presented.
Motion to approve?
Second?
Motion has been made by Mrs. Nakira, seconded by Mrs. Rodriguez. Any further discussion?
Mr. Gandara.
Mr. Nakira.
Ms. Macias, so I just wanted to kind of clarify or point out, there was extensive discussion, I think, at the policy committee about FDB and the athletic participation.
Yes, sir.
And the UIL rules, number one. So the policy isn't, I want to be clear that the policy is not our policy. It is dictated by UIL.
You're exactly correct.
So because we offer our students the option in the case of attendance boundary changes, that they stay at the school that they're going to, they're not forced to go to the new school, then they are, if they choose to move to the new school, then they have to sit out that period, right?
What they have to do is they have to submit a PAF.
That's right, that's right.
And the DEC will then decide if they move for athletic purposes or not, and that decision is made by them. However, it is governed by UIL that they submit that PAF.
Right, okay, so then it is a decision of the DEC once they submit that form. So they're
Yes, sir.
required to submit the form, and it's a decision of the DEC as to whether they are able to participate or not. Of course, they can avoid all of that simply by staying at the school that they were supposed to be at before the boundary changes, right?
Correct, they're
Okay.
grandfathered. Yes, sir.
All right, understood. And then, that was it. Okay, I just want to be sure that we're clear and I still understood that. No further, nothing further.
Any more discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Let's go down to item 9C, consider approval of lease with SBA Towers LLC, a Delaware Limited Liability Company. Mr. Ianton.
Yes, President Gana, Dr. Espinosa, members of the board. On page 171 of your booklet is a proposed new cell tower lease in the location of East Lake High School, behind East Lake High School. before I get into the detail, there are a couple other renewals. Next month, I'll probably be bringing 2 more renewals to you. So cell towers are starting to pick up. But SBA has approached us and been working with us on this site, which is behind Eastlake High School. And basically, we've gone through a series of lease agreements and stuff. And you have one basically in the book that I included in the book. We've got a little different one revised. The figures and everything are still the same. It's just a couple of places where they want us to sign. I've had legal counsel look at it, so everything is okay there. But essentially what the lease says, it's what we have been doing non-negotiables with our other leases. We start out with an initial 10-year initial term, 10-year lease, and then we go to a 3 5-year terms after that, with the proviso that, you know, if after 10 years, if we don't want to agree to go the next 5 years or whatever, you know, that's written into the lease. The monthly rate is $1,400 a month for the first year, and then it goes up 3% after the second year, et cetera. Upon commencement of the lease, they'll send us a check for $10,000 in addition to the monthly rent. So as I stated, we have looked at this. Legal counsel has looked at it, and this would be our number 6 cell tower that we have in the site. With, like I said, we'll be coming up to some renewals next month. So administration recommends consideration and approval of the tower lease with SBA as presented.
Mr. Gonda.
Yes, Mr. Ayub.
Mr. Arrington, on the lease agreement, is that in line with all of our other lease agreements, same dollar amount, same terms, and so forth?
Yes, sir, it is. It is. In fact, we were discussing a little bit earlier before the meeting started. We're actually at kind of a higher end rate, or market value, I think is the way Mr. Blanco had mentioned it. So it is in terms of our other ones. We try to get $1,500 to $1,800 initially, so we're at the $1,400, but with the increment and the other ones that we have signed, I think the most recent one, which is one that I'll be bringing to you here next month, is the AT&T that we did at Socorro High School. You know, it's at a rate similar to this, but they didn't offer a $10,000 commencement sign-in bonus, so to speak. One of the other ones that I'll bring to you next month is offering that. So they're in line, yes, sir.
And I didn't read through the whole lease, but at the time that we terminate the lease agreement, what happens to the tower? They take it?
Yeah.
Okay. And as far as placing these towers, where is it going to be at Eastlake?
Okay, it's going to be on the back side, and I wish I would have shown you an aerial. But it's on the back, it's between the golf cage, and I believe it's the tennis courts. There's a little area in between. So it's an area that is not used for any reason, and they picked that area.
And it's away from the campus?
Well, it's behind the campus.
I mean, but is it away from the building?
Yes, yes, sir, yes. And they offered a couple of options, and this is the one that we said was most desirable for us. It was between the two, like I said, the golf cage and the tennis court, and it's an area that, you know, is not utilized for anything. It'll be completely fenced in and everything.
Yeah, we haven't built one of these in a while. Since this is a new area, is there any issue with residents? Did we have to get any support from them? I remember when somebody wanted to put one at Slider, and there was an uproar.
Correct. This particular one, we're under the master plan, or I can't remember. It's the development, Paseo de Este master development plan. And we submitted it to them, and we told them that you had to submit it to that master plan third party to get approval, and they did all that. But it's a part of that plan.
Okay. And did they tell you anything about the design? Is this gonna be one of those real unsightly towers?
I have,
I hate to get involved in the aesthetics of it, but it's a pretty school for us to have an ugly tower there.
I've
I
got
think
the
that's something we
drawings
can
up.
ask for, right?
Yeah, I've got the drawings upstairs. I just need to look at it. Right now, it's not one of these palm trees or anything like that.
Can they paint it orange and purple?
Oh, that would be nice.
We could, you know.
All right, that's all I have, thank you.
Any more questions? Mr. Nahara?
So, Mr. Arrington, they're gonna erect like an actual tower, and it'll be enclosed with the little control room, everything else.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Well, from personal experience, I know that there's definitely a need for it in that particular area. If you're hitting that curve on East Lake,
Going up the hill.
you always drop calls in that area.
You
If you're
shouldn't be on the phone while you're turning a corner.
Oh.
Just saying.
I know, Mike, you're on Bluetooth, right, Mike?
Bluetooth.
Right, Michael?
You know, Bluetooth and, you know, I know I'm single, but that doesn't mean I can't have other people in the car on the phone. You know, I do have friends. I have friends. Yes. Two.
Are you sure?
And so I know it's needed, and certainly, you know, if there's an opportunity to generate additional revenue with something that's helpful to us, I'm glad that it's coming to us, and certainly there's no, you know, additional risks. So, anyways, thank you.
Thank you.
Any more questions?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, one of you got to do it first, man. I can't.
Third?
Ms. Nájera has first.
Okay, Ms. Nagara made the motion, seconded by Mr. Ayub. Any further discussion?
No.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 9D, consider approval of 2016 county prevailing wage rate. Mr. Ianton.
Yes, back in November of 2016, we received a letter from the county judge basically requesting our participation, or the school's participation, in adopting the 2016 county's prevailing wage rate. We discussed it in the facility committee in January, and it was just discussed. And then we had a little bit of further request to see if the school district was going to, approve this. I brought it to cabinet back this month to discuss, and we decided that we go by the Davis-Bacon Act, which is approved. Mr. Garcia with purchasing did a little summary comparison of the county's wage rate and the Davis-Bacon Act, which is the federal deal, the federal one that we go by. And I think when I first got here years ago, we did a comparison and went with the city of El Paso, the county, and a couple of other school districts, and adopted rates based on that. But that was back in 2004. But since then, we've been using the Davis-Bacon Act. In your book, on page 192, shows a kind of comparison. The heavy and highway category, we don't use that much, but the building category shows that there were 38 total classification. 21 of those were higher using the county wages, averaging of about 18%, ranging from 6 cents to $19.10. 10 positions are higher using the Davis-Bacon Act, and 7 were equal. YISD uses the Davis-Bacon Act. El Paso ISD approved the county. EGR requirement basically is Davis-Bacon Act. And then the Texas Government Code allows us to use either a survey or the Davis-Bacon Act. And the most recent contract that we've written for the construction manager of the new elementary school was based on Davis-Bacon. And as I said, I brought it to cabinet, and we discussed it in cabinet back on March the 15th, and the discussion there was to stay with the Davis-Bacon Act.
Any questions?
Yes, sir.
Mrs. Nakira?
Thank you. Mr. Iington, the agenda item reads, administration recommends consideration and approval to continue using the Davis-Bacon Act. If we're already doing it, why do we have to vote to continue?
Well, I just put it in there as a continuation.
I didn't
Yeah.
know if there was a specific reason. That
No, I mean, we're using it, and that's the guidelines, you know.
So there's not a big issue on it then?
No, there's not.
Mr. Nakira?
So, Mr. Arrington, so if we take no action, then we just continue using the Davis-Bacon as we always have?
Yeah. The letter from, I didn't put the letter in from Judge Escobar, but she basically said in the letter, if I recall, and I read it it was a part of our facility committee, and they wanted, you know, SISD Board of Trustees to, you know, adopt it. So, you know.
we're not adopting it.
Adopted the Davis-Bacon, not the El Paso County. So,
Mr. Nakira?
Mr. Arrington, so in the finance committee with, you know, I know Mr. Ressa and Mr. Garcia, we've had several conversations about Edgar and the requirements and having to be compliant with them. So if I understand this correctly, you know, there's been a lot of effort to maintain compliance with Edgar. So it seems contrary to me if there's been so much effort to remain compliant there and Edgar requires Davis-Bacon, why we would move away from it.
Yeah. We, you know, like I said, the cabinet basically was unanimous on staying with the Davis-Bacon Act.
Oh, there he is. I'm looking for you over here. Okay, I mean.
So, are we going to have a motion, or?
He has
I have
one.
another
Oh,
question.
okay, Mr. Nakira.
Mr. Dessa, so, are we required to be Edgar compliant?
We are required to be Edgar compliant, especially with federal programs, it's federal funds. And so we discussed that in cabinet. We felt that it was important for us to continue following Davis-Bacon.
Okay.
So.
Makes sense to me.
So leave it alone?
So no more,
No action?
no action taken? Okay. So let's go down to item E. Consider approval of Jordan Foster Construction change order for the inside tower at the Aquatic Center. Mr. Iington.
Yes, as I stated in my facility report, the aquatic project is coming along, and it's the pools are doing fine. I informed you on a couple of slides, a couple of pictures where we have kind of some excess corrosion going on because of the chemical and the chlorine and that in the inside stair area of the pool. And we had Jordan Foster do a report with a structural engineer, and that report came back that we need to replace some of the decking and some of the structural steel in that. And that's basically what this change order is for, is to allow us to come in there and repair those interior stairs and where the support beams and the stairs itself have been, over the last 20-something years, have been subject to the corrosion and the rust. And so I'm asking for a $60,000 change order to their contract. We've got a price in the neighborhood of $57,000. If we don't use all of the $60,000, that money comes back to us. But I wanted to put a little bit of cushion. It's not very much of a cushion because it just seems like every time we turn the corner we find something else wrong with it. But this would help us to solve that problem with that interior stair.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion has been made by Mr. Ayub, seconded by Mr. Nakira. Any further discussion?
Yes, sir. Mr. Gandara?
Mr. Nakira.
Mr. Arrington, so, looking at the pictures, it does look pretty corroded, so it looks like this isn't either something that we do now and in conjunction with this, total improvement, or, we do it later and basically the improvements that we've done are gonna be a waste because this portion of it is gonna be closed because it's dangerous.
You couldn't use the interior slide, yes, sir.
Right. The materials that they're using, Mr. Arrington, are they going to be more resilient to the
Yes.
environment that they're in?
Yes, we are. In fact, there's a couple of $1,000, $1,200 or $2,100 difference between going back with the door frame and the door as what it was, hollow metal.
Right.
Of course, 20 years from now, we'd probably have the same problem. But it is to come back with a different type of fiberglass or stainless steel. I don't recall what it is exactly. But we're using different type coatings and materials. If we're using the steel, we're coating it. So yes, we are addressing that.
Okay, good news. Thank you, sir.
We did have a motion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Let's go down to item F, consider approval of the final contract sum for Sanchez Middle School, Socorro Middle School, Slider Middle School, and Purple Heart Elementary School. Mr. Arrington.
Yes, on page 197 of your booklet, I am bringing the final contract sums on our 3 mechanical project and Purple Heart Elementary School. Per the policy CV local, facility and construction, the district has to make the district shall not make final payment for the construction or supervision of the construction until the work has been completed and the board has accepted the work. Facility and planning has completed their due diligence on Socorro Middle, Sanchez Middle, Slider Middle, and Purple Heart Elementary School, and presents the following contract sum, deducted change order, and the final contract sum and final payment for board acceptance. Socorro Middle School original contract sum was $4,500,000. A deductive change order was issued for $127,787.46, bringing the final contract sum to $4,435,376.54, with the final payment going to the contractor of $26,070.61. Socorro Middle School original contract sum was $4,396,430. A deductive change order has been signed in the amount of $168,619.08, bringing the final contract sum to $4,355,148.96. A final payment of $101,795 is due to the contractor. Slider Middle School original contract sum was $4,987,033.30. A deductive change order was executed in the amount of $522,289.67, bringing the final contract sum to $4,464,743.63, with a final payment due of $18,308. Purple Heart Elementary School original contract sum was $18,200,000. A deductive change order was executed in the amount of $1,040,927.29, bringing the final contract sum, and we'll never see this number again, $17,159,072.71, with a final payment of $95,452.46. All deducted change orders has been executed by the superintendent per the policy CV local. Promises made, promises kept. This completes the 2011 bond program as stated, with the exception of the new elementary school, which is through bond saving. And currently, with the three elementaries, or the three middle schools that I stated, and Clark Middle School, which were all added as through bond savings, that came to a little over $19 million. To date, we have in the neighborhood of $24 million left in the book for the new school. Administration recommends approval and acceptance of the work as presented.
You just should have seen the Federation's eyes when you said that.
Motion to approve.
Second.
A motion has been made by Mr. Ayub, seconded by Mr. Nakira. All those in, any further discussion?
No.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Let's go down to item H. Consider approval of certificates of unopposed candidates and order canceling of May 6, 2017 election for District 2, 3, and 5.
Thank you, Board President Gondara, Dr. Espinosa, members of the board. Mr. Guerra, bear with me.
Thank you, Steve.
You have in your book at page 201 the certification of unopposed candidates for places 2, 3, and 5 for Ms. Nájera, Ms. Rodriguez, and Mr. Gondara. All deadlines for filing for the election and asking for a place on the ballot have passed. So we have from Mrs. Lujan, who is responsible for preparing the ballot, a certification that those 3 candidates are unopposed, and we are asking that the board accept the certification, and also on page 202 of your booklet, approve an order canceling the trustee elections for districts 2, 3, and 5, and those 3 board members, after the canvass of the election results of May 6, 2017, will be declared elected to their respective positions. The election for Mr. Guerra's position will continue.
Motion to accept and approve.
Second.
Motion has been made by Mr. Nakira, seconded by Mrs. Nakira. Any further discussion? We love you, Mr. Guerra.
Thank you.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Before we go into executive session, I would really like to thank somebody that is off on a new venture and a new job. Dr. Serrano, if you please stand. We'd really wish you nothing but the best, and thank you for all your hard work.
It's going to be the HR director in Las Cruces.
Okay. Item 10, executive session. This meeting is to be closed for consultation with legal counsel regarding application of the El Paso Electric Company to change rate pending before the State Office of Administrative Hearings, SOS-AH docket number 473-17-2686, PCU docket number 46831, ESD number 1 versus Socorro Independent School District, El Guerra versus Socorro Independent School District, and to discuss personal and real estate matters under Texas Government Code Section 551.071, 551.072, and 551.074. The time is 8 o'clock.
Which includes a request that they eliminate rate 41, which is the classification for local school districts and related government entities. With the other local school districts, a consortium of about 12 different districts, which includes El Paso, Socorro, Isleta, Sonelli, Socorro, Tornillo, Region 19, the Community College, the County of El Paso, and the El Paso Housing Authority. We are again being asked to enter into an interlocal agreement and an agreement to hire a single law firm, the Hush Blackwell Law Firm, in order to intervene as a group and contest the application of El Paso Electric Company to do away with rate 41 and to otherwise increase rates on that classification. It's our recommendation that you authorize the administration and legal counsel to enter into the interlocal agreement and also to approve and authorize fees for the Hush Blackwell Law Firm in connection with that interlocal agreement. And I provided a form motion, and we would entertain that motion at this time.
Make a motion, I'm sorry, you made one? I'm sorry. No, sorry, go ahead.
Motion to approve entering an interlocal agreement with other El Paso County school districts and like entities to intervene in the State Office of Administrative Hearings docket number 473-17-2686, PUC docket number 46831, to challenge the proposed increase to rate 41 and authorize the district to hire special counsel at the law firm of Hush Blackwell to represent the district in the matter. Further, the board authorized the district to commit an amount not to exceed $25,000 for legal fees, expert fees, and expenses in that matter.
Second.
Motion has been made by Mr. Rodriguez, second by Mr. Nájera. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 11B, discussion and possible action regarding ESD number 1 versus Socorro Independent School District. Mr. Blanco.
Thank you. I gave you an update on the status of our negotiations with the Emergency Services District. This has been a rather protracted piece of litigation, but with some concessions from the Emergency Services District that I briefed you on in closed session, the district is going to receive a significant decrease in the fees that would otherwise be charged for the plan inspection and review in connection with the construction of new buildings and other facilities within the jurisdiction of the ESD. And we'd ask that you authorize us to complete the settlement on the terms that we discussed in closed session.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion has been made by Mr. Gonzalez, second by Mrs. Nájera. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 11C, decision and possible action regarding Elguera versus Socorro Independent School District. Mr. Blanco.
Thank you. This is the last lawsuit that I briefed you on tonight. After a lengthy mediation and some follow-up discussions, we've received a demand from Mrs. Guerra. It is our recommendation that you allow us to attempt to complete the settlement on the terms that we discussed in closed session.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Motion has been made by Mrs. Rodriguez, second by Mr. Gonzalez. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. There be no further agenda items. This meeting is now adjourned at 8:46.